everyone, and welcome to your AI Frontiers deep dive. We're going to really get into the latest and greatest in AI, especially curated just for you.
That's right. We're talking breakthroughs, tools, ethical debates, the whole landscape.
Yeah, kind of like they do on the AI for the People show, but even more in depth.
Exactly. More personalized.
Yeah.
It's a really fascinating time to be following all this stuff. Just incredible how fast things are moving.
Oh, totally. And speaking of moving fast, this first piece of research really blew my mind.
Oh, yeah.
ETH Zurich and Google DeepMind, they're working on these things called intrinsic curiosity modules. It's like AI that's driven to learn on its own without needing, a reward every step of the way.
This is huge, especially for robotics and autonomous systems. Think about it. A robot surgeon or a robot exploring some disaster zone, they can't wait around for a human to give them step-by-step instructions.
Right. It's got to be able to figure things out on its own.
Exactly. Be independent. This is AI that's driven to learn.
So instead of just following instructions, it's more like learning by doing, driven by curiosity.
Exactly. It's all about giving them that ability to learn when the feedback is scarce, and that just opens up so many possibilities.
That is wild. So from self-learning robots, let's jump to Stanford, where they're tackling that age-old problem of common sense in AI.
Oh, yeah.
They're calling it Neuro-Symbolic fusion, which basically tries to blend the strengths of large language models with logic.
LLMs are amazing at processing huge amounts of data, but, they sometimes struggle with tasks that require, strict logic. That's where this symbolic reasoning comes in.
I see. So it's like giving those LLMs a framework to think within, a structure, so they can make those leaps of logic that we as humans just do naturally.
Yeah, exactly. They're basically trying to give LLMs a deeper understanding of the world so they can, actually use common sense.
That's incredible. It's like they're learning to think more like us. But, okay, I know you're probably thinking, great research, but how does this affect me? So let's get into some real-world applications.
Yeah, let's talk about stuff that's happening right now, not just theory.
Exactly. There's this platform called ClimateMind, and it's using AI to give communities these super localized climate risk assessments. But it's not just about predicting what's coming. It's about helping people understand how to prepare and what actions they can take.
Yeah, the AI for the People show is all about...
Yeah, exactly.
This is taking that and putting it into action.
It's like they're giving every town and city its own personalized climate advisor.
It's about taking that really complex climate data and translating it into something communities can actually use.
Exactly, to protect themselves and build a sustainable future. But that's not all. We've got Audio Weaver AI, which is every musician's dream.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine this. You hum a tune, and AI creates a full orchestral arrangement.
That's amazing. It really opens up creative possibilities for, everyone.
No matter your skill level.
Right.
And then there's MIT. They're using AI and drones to spot plant diseases before you could even see them with the naked eye.
Oh.
Think about what that means for food security, for sustainable agriculture.
That's a game changer for farmers all over the world. Early detection means they can take action sooner, use less pesticides, and, save their crops.
It's a win-win for everyone. Now, let's get a little technical and talk about some of the innovations behind these advancements.
Okay.
Transformer architectures are a hot topic right now, and Hugging Face is doing some really interesting work. They're making large language models smaller without sacrificing performance.
And this is huge because it means we can run those powerful models on everyday devices.
You mean like our phones and stuff?
Exactly. Think AI assistants right on your wrist or even embedded in your home appliances. It's a whole new world of possibilities.
And speaking of privacy and security, federated learning is becoming increasingly important.
Right.
It's all about training AI collaboratively without actually sharing sensitive data.
Exactly. And that's critical for things like healthcare and finance. Imagine hospitals working together to develop those disease prediction models, but without ever sharing patient data.
It's like having a global data pool, but without compromising confidentiality.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about AI ethics and policy. Because the UK's Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, they've released new guidelines on AI transparency.
Oh, right.
And it's a big deal for anyone using AI for decision-making.
Yeah, the ICO is really emphasizing the need for clear explanations whenever AI is involved in decisions that affect people's lives.
It's about making sure people understand how AI impacts them, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's about empowerment and accountability. We need to make sure people feel like they're being treated fairly and that these systems are transparent.
And the AI for the People show does a great job of highlighting these ethical
Oh,
considerations.
absolutely. They have some amazing guests who are really on the front lines of building ethical AI.
Yeah, their insights are invaluable.
But, beyond regulations, we also need to have a larger societal conversation about AI and the values we want to embed in these systems.
Now, before we wrap up this first part, let's see what's happening in the AI community. Okay, over on Reddit, the R machine learning subreddit is buzzing about neuro-symbolic fusion and its potential for things like code generation and complex question answering.
Right, that could be a game changer for software development and knowledge management.
It's exciting to see so many people engaged in these discussions and sharing their ideas.
Yeah, and it's not just Reddit. The hashtag AI ethics hashtag is trending on Twitter, with everyone weighing in on the ICO's new guidance and the broader impact of AI.
It's great to see this level of awareness and engagement because ultimately the future of AI is something we're all shaping together.
Yeah, through our choices and our conversations. And we're back for more AI frontiers. Thinking back to those intrinsic curiosity modules, it really is kind of mind-blowing.
It is. It's like we're giving AI a sense of wonder.
Yeah, that drive to explore. But what's so groundbreaking about it compared to how AI has learned in the past?
Well, traditionally, AI's always needed those external rewards, that feedback to learn.
Right. But in the real world, rewards are often delayed, or sometimes they don't even exist. Imagine a robot exploring a new planet. It can't wait for a scientist on Earth to tell it what to do at every turn.
Right. It's got to explore, experiment, and learn all on its own.
Exactly. So these intrinsic curiosity modules, they basically give AI that push to learn just for the sake of learning.
It's like building in that motivation to seek out new information and experiences, which leads to a much more robust kind of learning, right?
Yes, especially in those unpredictable environments. It's crucial for things like autonomous navigation, scientific discovery, even creative problem solving.
Makes you wonder what we'll see as AI becomes more self-directed in its learning.
Speaking of breakthroughs, let's circle back to that Stanford research on neuro-symbolic fusion. Combining LLMs and symbolic reasoning seems like a powerful idea. But I'm curious, what are some of the challenges in making this fusion actually work? That's a great question. One of the big challenges is finding that sweet spot between the statistical nature of LLMs and the logical rigidity of symbolic systems. LLMs are great at picking up patterns and nuances in language,
Yeah.
but they can sometimes struggle with tasks that need really strict logic and reasoning.
It's like trying to get a free-flowing artist to think like a mathematician. You need to keep that creative spark while adding a layer of structure.
Exactly. It's this careful balancing act. Researchers are looking at different ways to blend those knowledge graphs and symbolic reasoning into LLMs.
It sounds like collaboration is going to be key in this area.
Yeah.
Open source contributions, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, switching gears to those real-world applications, I'm really fascinated by ClimateMind and what it could mean for communities facing climate change. It's like bringing that global conversation about climate action down to a hyperlocal level, isn't it?
Right. ClimateMind takes all that complex data and makes it something communities can actually use and understand.
It considers things like local geography, infrastructure, socioeconomic factors, and provides targeted assessments and solutions.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about giving each community the specific information and tools they need, which is very much in line with what the AI for the People show advocates for.
Yes, making AI accessible and beneficial for everyone.
This is a great example of that. Using AI to address real-world problems in a way that's equitable and inclusive.
Right. Climate change affects everyone, but the impacts are felt locally. ClimateMind gives communities the power to take control.
It's about putting the power of AI directly into the hands of the people. And that's a theme we see in a lot of these applications, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's musicians using Audio Weaver AI or farmers protecting their crops with AI-powered disease detection, it's about using AI to help people.
To enhance our capabilities and address real-world needs.
It's truly an exciting time to be following all of this.
Yeah.
But as we get caught up in all the advancements, we can't forget that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad, right?
Right.
That's why those ethical considerations we talked about earlier are so important.
Yeah.
The ICO, pushing for transparency in AI decision-making, is a good step.
Definitely. Transparency is essential for building trust, for accountability. When people understand how AI is being used to make decisions that impact their lives, they're more likely to accept those decisions.
It's not just about making the right choice. It's about making it in a way that makes sense to those who are affected by it.
Right. It requires clear explanations, open conversations, and a willingness to discuss the values driving AI development.
And again, the AI for the People show plays a crucial role here, don't they?
Yeah, they're fantastic at providing a platform for those discussions, educating the public about the potential benefits and risks of AI.
They really bridge the gap between the experts and everyday folks who are impacted by these technologies.
That's crucial to ensure AI benefits all of humanity, not just a select few. We need to have a thoughtful conversation about the future we want to build with AI.
A conversation that involves everyone, not just the tech folks or policymakers.
Right. Artists, educators, healthcare workers, everyone.
Okay, now let's dive a little deeper into the technical side.
Yeah.
Quantizing large language models is pretty fascinating. It has the potential to make AI even more accessible and widespread. But can you explain exactly what quantization means in this context?
Sure. Imagine a high-resolution image. It has a lot of detail, but it also takes up a lot of storage space.
Hmm.
Quantization is like compressing that image,
Right.
making it smaller without losing too much quality. In AI, we're reducing the precision of the numbers the model uses, making it smaller and faster.
So we can run these powerful models on devices with less computing power.
Exactly. Think smartphones, embedded systems, those tiny IoT sensors. Imagine AI on your smartwatch or in your home appliances that learn your preferences without needing constant connection to the cloud.
It's like taking AI out of the data center and bringing it into our daily lives. Federated learning is another interesting innovation that's making AI more accessible and ethical.
Hmm.
How does it address those privacy concerns that come up so often with AI development?
So federated learning allows different parties to work together on an AI model without ever sharing their raw data. Imagine hospitals around the world wanting to create a better model for diagnosing a disease. Each hospital can train a model on its own data, and then they just share the model's parameters.
So they're contributing to a shared intelligence without revealing private patient info.
Exactly. This is huge for healthcare, finance, education, anywhere data privacy is really important. It opens up a world of collaboration without risking that sensitive information.
It's like a win-win for everyone. All the benefits of a global data pool, but without the risks of centralized storage and potential breaches.
Exactly. And this all comes back to responsible AI development. As AI gets more powerful, we need guidelines to make sure it's used ethically for the good of society.
It's not just about rules and regulations. It's about building a culture of ethical AI, where fairness, transparency, and accountability are built in from the start.
Yeah, we need to go beyond the hype, have real conversations about the values we want in our AI systems.
It's about making sure AI serves humanity.
Right, not the other way around.
And that conversation needs to include everyone.
Mhm.
It's reassuring to know that there are groups like the AI for the People show who are dedicated to promoting ethical AI and having those tough conversations.
Yes, they're a fantastic resource for anyone who wants to stay informed and engaged with this rapidly evolving field.
Absolutely. Now, get ready for the final part of our deep dive where we'll take a closer look at what's happening in the AI community and what it means for the future. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the final stretch of our AI Frontiers journey. Phew, we covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From the nuts and bolts of how AI works to its impact on the world and those big ethical questions everyone's wrestling with.
Yeah, it really highlights just how fast this field is evolving and how much potential it has to change, well, everything.
Totally. But before we wrap up, I want to turn it back to you, our amazing listeners. What were your big takeaways? Anything surprise you? What are you still curious about? Because this is just the beginning, right? There's so much more to explore.
Absolutely. Keep learning, keep asking those questions, and definitely check out resources like the AI for the People show. They do a fantastic job breaking down these complex topics.
Oh yeah, they always have such insightful guests from different fields too, offering a range of perspectives.
Exactly. It's a great way to stay informed and be a part of the conversation shaping the future of AI.
Because at the end of the day, the future of AI isn't set in stone, right? It's something we're actively creating through our choices and actions.
Through the questions we ask and the conversations we have.
Exactly. So keep learning, keep questioning, and keep engaging with those issues you care about most.
It's easy to get lost in the technical details or the hype, but AI is ultimately about using this technology to make the world a better place for everyone.
Well said. It's about making sure AI serves humanity, not the other way around.
And that takes real thought, open conversations, and sticking to those ethical principles we've been talking about.
Couldn't agree more. Well, that brings our AI Frontiers deep dive to a close. Thanks for joining us on this amazing journey.
We hope you found it informative and maybe even a little inspiring.
Definitely. We hope it sparked that curiosity in you to keep exploring the fascinating world of AI and how it's shaping our future. Thanks for listening.